And that was it. What's up guys, and welcome to YuGiOh Duel's video. So let's check out Solomon Muto's level up
It's
rewards real
time
quick.
to duel.
And there is right
Games
next
are my
to
life.
Yugi himself. Okay, so Majesty with Eyes of Blue. Okay, that's a nice card to have. Support for Blue Eyes, I guess. Dice Jar. Alright, that's a pretty old card. Flip, both players roll a 6-sided dice. The player with the lowest result takes damage equal to their opponent roll times 250. However, the winner rolled a 6, loser takes 3k damage. If the rolls are the same, both players roll again. Okay, a dice roll mechanic. I guess that's fine to be honest, but then again, the ups are pretty good. So if I'm a gambling man, I think I would definitely go for this card in my next duel. Next up, we have Archfiend's Awakening, a Summon Skull Ritual monster. You can summon this card with Contract with the Abyss. This card becomes Summon Skull on the field but is treated as an Archfiend card. Cannot be destroyed by battle except by battle with a Ritual monster. Cannot be destroyed by monster effects except those of Ritual monsters. If this Ritual monster you control is sent to the graveyard by opponent's card, special summon a Summon Skull from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Woo-wee! Look at that effect. Can't be destroyed by battle, now that's a +1. Essentially can only be removed from the field by spell or trap, so that you wouldn't actually get the effects off, preferably by banishing. But this card is a pretty good card to have, and I'm kinda excited to try out this card for myself. Next up, we have Ordeal of the Traveler. When the opponent's monster declares an attack, your opponent chooses one random card and they call the type of. Oh, okay, so it's a guessing game this time and it's a continuous trap, by the way. Kinda interesting to see. Now that make sure you splash this inside a trap burn deck, this is gonna be interesting to try for yourself, and I'm actually kinda interested. So aside from that, with the skill of the Forbidden Power, activate one of the following effects. Each time life points are decreased by 1000. Play Exodia monster to your field from your hand in face-up attack position. Place Exodia Forbidden from outside of your deck to your graveyard. Reveal Exodia monster in your hand. Place a right arm or the other limbs from outside your deck to your graveyard. Reveal Exodia monster in your hand and place a right leg or Forbidden one left leg from outside your deck to your graveyard. Okay, so essentially if you were to play this with an Exodia Necros or the Exodia the higher level one with 0 attack points will gain 1000 per Forbidden one limb inside the graveyard, then that's a pretty good play off to say the least. And to be honest, it's a pretty good skill to have, and I can't wait to try for myself. And finally, we can actually make an Exodia deck that doesn't require us to burn through what other resources of Exodia monsters we have. And okay, next up, and since we don't have Exodia, the card itself in the game, and can only accessed by skill, I guess this really is for us to try out for the Exodia Necros or any other Exodia variant that we have. Okay, second copy of Majesty Eyes of Blue, second copy of Archfiend's Awakening, third copy of Majesty Eyes of Blue, and finally our second copy of Dice Jar and third copy of Archfiend's Awakening. So essentially, it's pretty much the retrained versions of the cards that already exist, like Summon Skull, Blue Eyes as well. Although there's only one copy of Ordeal the Traveler, as well as only 2 copies of Dice Jars. So yeah, wait, is it 2 copies of Dice Jars? Yeah, 2 copies of Dice Jars only. Okay, so that's actually quite interesting to be honest, and I'm actually excited to try out the deck for myself. But thus far, what the only default skill we only
You
have for Solomon
whippersnappers
Muto is
can't
my
match my
treasure Blue Eyes White
experience.
Dragon. Increase the attack for Blue Eyes White Dragon by 500 attack points. You can begin the duel if you begin the deck containing exactly 1 Blue Eyes and no cards in your extra deck. I don't actually think I want to use this skill. I think using peak performance and some equip spells will be better, but you do you, Grandpa. You do you. But aside from that, there's extra curse too. On your next turn, after your opponent's spell summons a monster from the extra deck, activated with your last extra deck cards than your opponent. Select a monster your opponent controls that extra deck zone, decrease attack and defense until the end of turn by difference in the number of cards within the player's deck by 100. Huh. Okay, that's kinda What's extra curse 1 then? If your opponent actual monster zone is destroyed by battle, inflict 5. Oh! Okay. But the chances of that happening are quite low. If you are going PvP, then this might be useful, but I think there are better skills to be used, to be honest. Sinister Serpent Surprise. Every time your life point decreases by 1000, use one of the following effects. Each effect once per duel can be used before your normal draw. Instead of conducting normal draw, get a Sinister Serpent to your graveyard from outside your deck. Can be used during your main phase. Return all banished Sinister Serpents to your graveyard. During your standby phase, discard in your graveyard, add it to your hand, banish a Sinister from your graveyard during your opponent's next. Really, Grandpa? Are you serious right now? Okay, I guess that's good for reptile decks like Evil Dragon Ananta to get extra reptile monster to be banished by the effect. Forbidden Power, we pretty much went through that one already. Tie That Binds and Yowza, a divine card. Okay, I see some Egyptian god cards in here. Can be used if there's an Egyptian god card on your opponent's side of the field. Add cards to a thing can be changed by the field as 2 items. Really, Grandpa? Really? The odds are of someone using an Egyptian god card in the PvP ranked duels is kinda low. But, come on, Duel Links, seriously? I think the only ones I'm actually interested in trying out for myself is double normal summon. At least you get to normal summon twice, even if it's for a normal monster. Seriously though, Grandpa. I think for you, Grandpa, I'll build for you a Blue Eyes deck and an Exodia deck in a separate one, just so that I can try out that new Exodia skill for myself. But aside from that, that's basically it. But if you want to know how you can unlock Summon Muto, you just gotta go to episode 4, complete this amount of event points, then duel against YuGiOh at level 30 which appears on the field later on. Then essentially defeat him, then you can unlock Grandpa's playable character. And that's pretty much it. So sorry for taking up of your time about this, and I'll see you next time, and have great fun, have a great day playing with Grandpa, because right now he's officially in YuGiOh Duel Links, and he's let's see, 1 Grandpa, and let's see if I remember GX. There's another Grandpa. No, there's no Grandpa in GX. Well, except for Villian Crowley, it kind of looks like a Grandpa, but I do digress. And for 5Ds on the other hand, yeah, we actually have a Grandpa here. Zone's considered Grandpa, if you think about it. Maybe, I guess. But I do digress. So that's about it for unlocking Grandpa for YuGiOh Duel Links, and that's pretty much his level up rewards as well. Although there isn't actually anything that's actually like eye-catching aside from the ritual monster for Archfiend's Awakening, as well as Majesty Eyes of Blue, and also maybe Dice Jar for you to play around with. But that's all for it. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.